Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer and reading is a passion of mine. So today I decided to film outside because it's such a beautiful day here in spring in Oregon, so I love it. I need to get some vitamin D from that sun, even though as a ginger I don't need vitamin D. Anyway, okay, so in March we are doing our reading wrap-up. So March I finished Flesh in the Fire series. So the third book I read, A Fire in the Flesh. This book mainly, it starts off with, it's focusing on Sarah and Nyktos in their captivity with Kolis. Nyktos is held, he is in a stasis, essentially, and he like asleep. So he's not able to be aware of his surroundings and what's going on and all that kind of stuff. Kolis did this just to like control him and keep him held captive easier because of the fact that he's such a strong primal. And then Sarah is held in a golden cage on display. In this golden cage, there's like a bed. There is a chest that has toys, essentially. Yeah, and then amongst other sexual things in that said chest. Thankfully, Sarah did not have to use any of them. But anyway, and then she, during this captivity, she kept on having dreams, and then also Nyktos was having dreams. Of course, one does when you sleep. Anyway, but during these dreams, they were together. So they seemed like one or the other was inside of their dream. Like, oh, like, why are you in my dream? Like, this is my dream. This feels so real. All of that. So, but the realization of these dreams, they were like, they could feel each other's flesh so well. And in reality, they actually were, because of their connection with each other, they were able to have these dreams with each other that were more in depth versus like a normal dream, you know? They were actually within the dream with each other and doing these acts within the dream. Anyway, that was that. And then while she was in the cage, there was also a star, essentially, that was above her head. Eventually she was able to convince Kolis to let her touch this star. He called it a diamond. And within the moment she touched the star, she was able to see multiple things that happened in the past. And then with this, she learned the secret of Kolis and his relationship with Nyktos' mother and how much he deeply loved her. She was able to also see Sotoria's death and what caused that, and also why Ethos did what he did with Sotoria. And then also she was able to see where Ethos's soul was being kept, along with how he truly died. Yeah, so there's that. Able to see where Ethos's soul was being kept, along with how he truly died. Yeah, so there's that. And then of course, with all of that, you know, by the end of that book, I needed to pick up the next one, you know. So then I read Born of Blood and Ash. Give me a second. So it starts off with her waking up, okay? And then she's able to regain memory of some things that happened while she was asleep and what happened before her sleep. And then a war starts in this book between Nyktos and, or not Nyktos, sorry, between Kolis and the other primals. Lots of things happen, action, it's great, having a good time, enjoying it. And then along with the action happening, about like 20% into the book, I already know what the main, yeah, so 20% into this book, I already know what's obviously like the giant secret in this book, what they're going to reveal. Some might not notice it. I notice it just because, I don't know, I was able to tell. And so while this was happening, like Nyktos and Sarah were near each other, like every time they were near each other, they were just like constantly unable to not keep their hands off of each other. So that was bothersome. I mean, like to an extent, you know, like it's good. We're having a good time, you know. You know, he's in his full primal form while he's doing the deed. And she's just like, you're so massive. Oh my god. Anyway, but and then it's nonstop and it's okay. You know, I'm here for that, but there's just nothing more when they're with each other versus that. So, yeah. Anyway, but towards the end, it's just with the secret that they were revealed and how they went with the trope with it, it just was not how Nyktos was being and handling the secret. It was just like a 180 with his behavior, and I didn't like it. I didn't like how he was treating her. I didn't like how everyone else was treating her about it, and I don't know. It just became like, no, poor me kind of a thing. It's okay. I'm blabbing on about this, and I'm trying to keep it secret as to what. Anyway, after that, I was also reading Tortured Souls. This is book 1 in the Avonlea series. I'm terrible with names. Anyway, it's a dark fantasy romance. It is forced proximity, forced marriage, enemies to lovers, fated mates, all these things. You know, it's also about you being trapped and locked within your realm and not being able to escape your realm. Yeah, so I went into this, it came out this year, and it just looked really good, it sounded good, and it didn't disappoint. So it was good. The book starts off with a battle scene, okay, with our king, Sethin, and also our dragon guard, Razik, and then all of their men. And the Kader, yeah, the Kader is it. And then with this, so the Sethin is a new king. Sethin's a new king. He recently became king because his parents died. And then he's very like mysterious. He's dark, shadows. He's basically like, his power is death. Essentially, so it's not a lot that can hurt him and harm him. But with the Avanlea, the kingdom, so the Fae are supposed to help gods and other people that are powerful. The Fae is supposed to be like a source for them, which is a typical trope. But the source, you're supposed to have your power essentially be like a really good match with the other god, or I don't remember what they were called, but the higher up people. But they're supposed to, your power is supposed to match in a way, essentially. So that way you're not overtaking the power from the Fae people when you need more of their blood. But because they are trapped and there are these wards up around their kingdom, they're not able to get as many people into their kingdom. Fae keep on dying, so that is something that Sethan is trying to figure out as to what's going on. He does multiple things to try and make it so he can help his people. He loves his people. And then with this, while this battle scene is happening and stuff, then Kylea comes in to play. She is our troubled Ash Rider. She is a troubled soul for sure. She has a lot of trauma, and she's very mysterious, and I love her. She's great. And then Razik becomes her guard because she becomes married to Sethan. I think I'm saying his name right. I might not be. Anyway. But he essentially forces a marriage on her. Kind of gives her an ultimatum. And with this ultimatum, she kind of has, it's like either like you die, you're left all by yourself, or you can marry me. So, which one are you gonna do? You gonna become my queen, or you gonna die? Like, what do you want? What do you want? But in the end, I did not see that twist happening. I mean, like, in a way I did. I knew there was something that was gonna happen, but I wasn't happy with either. I wasn't happy with Kylea, and I also wasn't happy with Sethan. And Razik. Oh boy. That grumpy dragon. Anyway, those are my thoughts for now. I'll be back shortly. I have to go pick up my son from... Oh, now the sun is like fully out. Anyway, okay, so that book, Tortured Souls, at the end had me gasped. That's for sure. Yes, it made me very excited for the next book when it comes out, whenever that is. I don't know. We'll see. The next one that I read was Project Hail Mary. Of course, the movie came out, so I have to read it before I can watch the movie. I can't believe it's taken me this long to read this book. Anyway, so as you know, it's science fiction. Okay, it starts off with Ryland Grace waking up from a long yearly induced coma. As his memories start, as he's waking up, his memories are slowly coming back. And there's this robot that's constantly asking him questions, and he can't get to the next level of things until he answers the proper question. Stupid film. Anyway, it paused on me. Moments. Okay. So, as he's waking up, he's getting these memories. And then with these memories, as his memories are slowly evolving, He is realizing that he's in a solar system that's not our solar system.
Mommy?
Okay, so he realizes he's not in our solar system. He's in a completely different solar system. I don't remember the name of that solar system or the sun that he's near, because he's trying to figure out why, like what causes these specific cells to be attracted to their source, and why they're killing his planet and his sun, and Saturn, Venus, Saturn. Why they're so attracted to Saturn and everything. Anyway, so there's all of that information. Then he comes across an alien, and an alien life form that he named Rocky, because he didn't know what. He just came up with the name because he can't actually understand what he says. Rocky makes like this alien life form. They use sound waves essentially. So with this sound, like that's how they can see and hear and everything and feel, is with these sound waves. So with the different sounds that he's making, they start creating a language with each other, and different words and everything. And with this, like their little communication is just, it's so great. I love their scenes are like my favorite scenes together, is them talking with each other and them figuring things out. And one of my favorite lines was "fist my bump," so that one was really great. And then one of the memories he had was when he had to record and figure out what, because it was like a suicide mission, this mission that they went to go to this other solar system. So he had to get everybody's death, how they would like to die, so their death wish, like how they essentially would want to die on the trip there. So with that, the one person that I remember in particular that I thought was hilarious was this lady named Ilyukna. I think I'm not saying her name right. Anyway, she's like Russian. She drinks a lot of vodka. But her death wish was so funny. So she's like, I've lived a very solid life. I've never done anything, I want to die with an overdose of heroin. But with the overdose of heroin, I want to enjoy the heroin first. I want to get the high of it. And then slowly I want you to then give me the induction, so that way I die from it. I overdose. It's like, that's freaking hilarious. It's so funny. But the ending of the book, it left me a little melancholy, yeah. It's just like, like that's how they're gonna end it. I mean, like, there's nothing bad with it. It's just, anyway, but still overall, it was a wonderful book. It's a great book. I can't believe it's taken me this long to read it. I'm excited to get the time and the chance to then be able to watch the film. I've heard really good things about it, by people that have read also the book too. Yeah. So there's Project Hail Mary. The final book that I read was The War of Art, which is the play off of the book Art of War. It's like overcoming your internal creative blocks, essentially. Goes over how resistance is basically what it all comes down to. Resistance is futile. I say that phrase all the time. Anyway, so being consistent, accepting rejection, how to discipline yourself, Fear is good. With fear, there's multiple things with the fear. Anyway, sorry. Bugs and buzzings and things that I'm hearing. It's catching my attention. Okay. And then one quote that I remember from the section of The Enemy that they were talking about in that book. It was easier for Hitler to start World War II than to stare at a blank canvas. What? Like, what? Anyway, so there are those books that I read. I am currently reading 3 other books. So I am reading Green Teeth by Molly O'Neill. I am reading Storm of Secrets and Shadows, which is the second of the Legacy series by Melissa. I'm going to botch her name. Roerich? I think it's Roerich. I could be wrong, but I think it's Roerich. And then also It Kills Me, which is the Betrayal series. I don't typically read just straight romance books. I mean, I guess it's not really just straight romance. It's like a... Is it a garden snake? I'm sorry. I'm being completely distracted. Anyway, it's like a dark romance. So I guess I kind of read this. But this one's just like smut. I don't know. I needed a book that was going to be just a fun time. But those are my books that I've read and the books that I'm reading. After those, I am planning on delving into the Dune series. I haven't read those yet, even though I've seen the movies, of course, but I want to read the books. So I'm going to delve into those next. Oh. It's my son with the water hose. Okay, that's what... I'm sorry, people. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy your day and have a good time. Let me know your thoughts, any recommendations. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.